how can you turn chores into stress-relieving activities, including the chores that maybe you don't like as much? This is Al-Mashat, registered psychologist and mindfulness teacher. I wanted to share with you this practice of using mindfulness in daily life to turn chores into actually stress-relieving activities. And there's many ways we can do that. Now, we all have chores, and there's no way around them, and we have to do them regardless if we feel like it or not. Otherwise, the sink just piles up with plates. There's something we gotta do. It's part of life. You have to do them regardless, these tasks. Now, if you look at the definition of chore, one of the descriptions is an unpleasant task. So now, as soon as we think of chore, we're like, ugh. And how do we approach it? Well, we're gonna try to do it fast, or avoid it, or multitask, and not being there for it. Now, mindfulness invites us to be present, engaging and experiencing the activity, being there for it. Now, how do we engage in that is going to determine if it's going to be incredibly unpleasant or actually very calming, very grounding, very supportive, as a way to be present instead of physically here and mentally somewhere else. And unfortunately for most of us, the somewhere else is, especially if we're stressed, is going to be very upset and kind of ruminating and thinking and agitated. So it supports the calming of the mind when we just be with that one thing we're doing and being present with it. So let's take an example of a daily activity. It could be washing the dishes. Now, washing the dishes can be an activity you can be so present with. And how do we do that? We engage all the senses. Now, you don't have to slow down the process. It doesn't mean you have to spend 7 hours cleaning one plate. Slowly. It's regular speed, but you're tuning in to, what is the weight of a plate, the feel of water on your hands, the soap. It could be the scent of the soap, the warmth, the coolness, a sense of touch. You're really engaging. You're directing your mind to experience this task, to be with it, with the task itself. And there's an interesting research that actually came out a couple of years ago that looked at washing dishes mindfully versus not. And the group that washed the dishes mindfully, those who were present in the process, actually their minds were calmer by the end, and they had more of a sense of well-being. So they experienced the same task differently. They had a reduction in stress, even though both groups did the same thing, washing dishes. So it shows us mindfulness helps us change the relationship to what we do. So we're changing how we are in the process of being present. Another way of thinking of this mindfulness in daily activities is mindfulness is really one of the many gifts that I continue to experience, and those that I share the practices with, is really building a sense of kindness, compassion to ourselves and others. So the act of doing a daily task or a chore can become that. The perspective can be, if you're doing this chore to whoever it is, it may be family or partner or kids, you're doing it with presence, and it's an act of this kindness. It's an act of generosity, an act of love, these tasks. And if you are living alone, it becomes that to yourself. What an act of generosity, attending to you, taking care of you. So that's also a change in perspective that can support us in turning these chores into stress-relieving activities. so many moments in the day. We don't have to wait until we meditate to be present. We can be present throughout the day. So maybe the next time you have to do a dish or you have to fold laundry, being present with the process, being present with the whole process of folding, if it is laundry, of seeing how the pile is getting smaller and smaller and smaller, the feel of the texture on the hands, the folding, or whatever you're doing. It might be ironing, hearing the sound of the steam, the feeling of moving on the fabric, the hands moving. All these moments just to be present, to center the mind, to bring attention into what we're doing. So let me know how it goes. Feel free to comment in the section below. I look forward to sharing more videos with you in the future. I hope you found this video helpful. If so, feel free to like. If you haven't done so yet, you can subscribe and share. I look forward to sharing more videos with you. Until then, may your moments be filled with ease, and may you be present with as many of them